Welcome everybody, it's Andrew again. This is, I think, the third video in the series that we're looking at providing support for you to create your wikis. And in this video we're going to specifically look at how you go about creating the title page for your wiki. And so I just wanted to show you an example of what I hope you might be able to create down when we finish the video. So we've got a title page here. You can see that I've got some imagery, and I've got the title page which I think follows the specification for the assignment. So there's an information about the focus of the wiki in terms of who we're looking at, and you can see that also that the imagery reflects the nature of the people. So that I've got a background that's the desert, so I'm talking about people who live in the desert. So how did I go about doing this? One of the things I would recommend, at least for the title page, would be to create your title page in Microsoft PowerPoint and make it into an image. So as opposed to trying to worry about formatting images using sort of the editor within the wiki tool, I reckon the best way to go would be to use PowerPoint. So let's have a look at how I went about creating this in PowerPoint. Now, one of the great things about PowerPoint is that it has by default a whole range of themes that you can pick, and they're always great starting points. And there's also a whole range of themes that are available on the web as well. So when you open PowerPoint, go new file, which I've done already, then go to the design tab, and then you'll see all the themes there. And the one that I picked, which was relevant, a theme that was relevant for the focus of my assignment, my hypothetical assignment, was this sort of desert theme. So the next thing you need to do is think about, now that you've kind of got a background and a theme, is to think about the imagery that you're going to use to communicate what you want. So I'll just show you quickly how to download an image from the internet. So the first thing I did was went to Google, and I just typed in desert people. Okay. Now, the thing that I think is most useful is, there's a little section here that sort of filters what type of search results you want. If you click on the Images tab, then you only get images that are related to desert people, which is exactly what I'm after. So when I scroll down, I look for an image that I wanted, which was this one here. Then you roll the cursor over the image and then right click on it and then say Save Image As. And in this case, I saved the image to my desktop, and you can see that image there. So now I've got a copy of that image, and that's really important. So let's go back to PowerPoint now, and what I'm going to do is say Insert Picture, and I'm going to find desert people. So Insert. Okay, and so this is the great thing about PowerPoint, is that it gives you the flexibility to control the placement of your objects, as opposed to when you work in the wiki, because when you work in the wiki, you're actually working in what's called HTML, which is a little bit more restrictive, as some of you probably found out already. Okay, so I'm going to now just insert several images into my PowerPoint title page. Okay, and these are three images I think are reflective of the culture or the people that I'm studying or focusing on in the assignment. So now I've done that, I'm quite happy with that. The other thing just to point out as well is that PowerPoint does have some nice little effects tools as well. So there are options, for example, to change the brightness and contrast of the images as well. So you can see here now this image is a little bit dark. If I go up to this correction section and I click on that, you can see it lightens the image up. So that's another feature and another reason why I think it's useful to explore PowerPoint. Now I'm going to put in the major title, and just so I don't get the spelling wrong, I've put that in a Word document, and I put that in there. Okay, and I'm going to put here now I'm going to put my name and anyone else who I'm collaborating with. So these are just hypothetical people. Alright, now you could put in a whole range of other things in this, and you could make your title page as complex as you wanted, or as minimalist as you wanted. So I'm going to save this, so I go File, Save. Now this is the way, at the moment we're working with a PowerPoint file and we can't actually put that easily into our wiki, and so what we need to do is export this or save it as an image. And to do this you go to PowerPoint and say Save As, and from the drop down list there's a whole heap of options. You want to select JPEG file format, and I'm going to rename this Title and then say Save. Now at this point I'll ask you if you want to export every slide or the current slide. So I'd recommend just using the current slide only. Okay. So if I go back to the desktop, you can see now that there's my title page, and I've got my title page as an image, and importantly as a JPEG file, which is a format that's suitable for the wiki. So let's jump back into the wiki. Okay, so make sure that you're on your title page, not on one of the other pages. By default, when you come into the wiki, you'll be on the title page. And if you say Edit Wiki Content, alright, and then you can see what's called a visual text box editor. In this case, what we want to do is we want to insert the image. Now, for some of you, you may not see those. So if your text box editor looks like this, come down to the double arrows and click so you get all of the formatting tools. So similar to PowerPoint or Word, there's a button there that allows you to insert an image. So let's click on that, and we say Browse My Computer, so you're looking for that image. If I scroll down, I can see the title and say Open. Do not select the PowerPoint file. That's very important. You need to select the title.jpg file and click Open. Alright, by default, one of the standards for images on the internet, you need to provide an image description, and that's for people who use text readers. So if there are any people in your course that use text readers, then it's helpful to give them an image description. So I'm just going to call this title, and you say Insert. Now, when I add this in, the image or your title page looks quite large, so it might be useful to just scale it down a little bit. Now, to scale your image down, what you need to do is put your cursor over the little square on the corner of your image. The cursor will change, unfortunately you can't see that now, and then you drag it diagonally towards the center. At the same time, you need to hold the Shift key. Now, I'm just going to undo that. Now, if you don't hold the Shift key down, what you'll find is that you'll actually squash your presentation. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep it with the same proportions. So I drag it towards the center, and then I've scaled my image. Last step is to click Submit. Okay, so now that we've rescaled our image, you can see there now that we've got our lovely title page. In the next video, what we'll look at is how you go about building the content pages of your wiki, and that we'll use a different technique. So we'll actually be copying and pasting and inserting images into individual pages. Bye for now.